Hello? Is anybody here? Um, it says we're live. It says nobody's watching. Manda-LORE end of 2017 live stream experiment. Window capture. Is it actually working? That's the question. To the YouTube. Let's see if it is actually working. It says live now, 5 watching. Let me mute myself. Well, what do you know? People are here. All is proceeding as I have foreseen. Why is it still black? That's my question. Window capture. When you're ready to begin broadcasting. Yeah, that's what I did. So are you guys seeing everything? I can't tell. It just looks black on the screen. Let me go to the pop-out menu. Here, hello there. Everything is proceeding as I have foreseen. Why isn't it showing my desktop? Yeah, he says he sees a black screen. Why is it not showing my desktop? Add. Okay. Oop. Cancel. That's interesting. I don't know why it's not. I don't know why it's not freaking going. Let's remove this. Yeah. Window capture lock or unlocked. Let's unlock it. Wow, welcome to the stream. It's black like his emo soul. What are you guys seeing? It looks black. That's so friggin' weird. Where's Boofire when you need him? Window capture. Settings. Video. They're all just seeing black. That's interesting. Very interesting. What if I drag this over to the scenes? Nope, that doesn't work. I am using OBS. Would you care to walk me through how to get things to show up? Mr. Lycan Broadcasting Network. Oh, this is a shit show. I'm sorry, guys. I've never done this before. Hey, at least the chat popped up on the screen. That's interesting. I wanted to show my desktop, though, is the issue. I might have the layering wrong. Settings. Oh, what if I do this, then? Add Add window capture. Okay. Oh, nope, cancel. Window capture 2. Remove. Yes. Add window capture. Okay. Why is it just coming up as gray? Capture cursor, multi-adapter compatibility. Ah, man. Call boo fire. No. I do not like to help you. If I could be doing my own live streams, well. Yeah. Alright, where the frick is anything? Jesus. Remove, order, transform. So let's remove that source layer. Yep. I tell you what. Why don't I figured out how to do this last time I streamed, so I'll just put that up there. We'll take off the window capture. Oh. Remove. Put that in scenes. And that should be showing up at some point, unless I did something incorrectly. And I guess you guys could just like ask me questions or whatever. I was originally planning on having my me just kind of modding and just me doing maps for my Empire at War mod, and I can't get it to capture my desktop, so that is what it will be this stream. Alright. Go check your sources. You might have something above the window capture that is trying to run. Also make sure you hit transition so any changes go live. Oh, interesting. So, hitting transition makes things go live. What is my favorite Star Wars food? I don't even know what kind of food is even in Star Wars. I do like ooge cake. Ooge cake is a traditional Mandalorian dessert. It was described in Republic Commando by Karen Travis as being some sort of nutty cake thing, and there's actually a real life recipe where you can make your own ooge cake, and I'd like to do that at some point in my life. Oh, blue milk is cool too. Death sticks, never tried them. Never will. I'm straight edge with the death stick craze. Wookie cookies! Wookie cookie sounds dirty for some reason. Maybe I'm just a perv. Why don't I try turning up the volume on my mic? See if that does anything? Because I'm speaking at a normal volume. What is the name of the metal that most Mandalorian armor is made out of again? That's called Beskar. Can I make a video about the Kaleesh? I can indeed at some point, and I'm pretty sure I will. Volume is good for me, it just must be an issue on your end. Huh, interesting. Yeah, light side, it might be an issue on your end, because a lot of people are saying I'm speaking at a normal volume. So what did you think of Kylo Ren in The Last Jedi? I have not seen Last Jedi, nor have I seen Force Awakens, nor have I seen, what do you call it, Rogue One. I've actually, I've just never really been interested in the Disney movies. I'm sure there's aspects of them that are good, but I grew up with the EU and wasn't really like, I don't know. I'm not salty. I'm kind of salty, but I'm just not interested in what they're putting out. Rogue One is good. I heard it's good, and I might end up seeing it at some point. I heard it's pretty identical to what went on in the EU with the Battle of Taprawa and how they all got the Death Star plans. Rogue One is the most boring pile of crap I've ever seen. It could be. I don't know. I haven't seen it. What about the droid attack on the Wookiees? I need to watch them. Well, Dr. Ewok, uh, I might watch them at some point, but again, I just have no interest. What in a Star Wars story do you look for, especially ones that are fan-made? I mean, to say, if I write my own Star Wars story, what would you want to read? I like things that interconnect and kind of like branch with what's happened in the saga in the past or future whenever the story takes place. What you know, connections with the EU and stuff. Um, I really like conflict too, whether it's internal conflict with a character or conflicts with between two uh, rival groups or political intrigue. It's stuff like that. I really enjoy and reading stories. Hello, can everybody hear me again? Hello? Can everybody hear me fine? On OBS it says my mic is active, so... Yay! Woo! We're back. Alright, cool. So awesome. Alrighty. Alright, so back I was asked what alien species would I be? And, I think... Hold on, yeah. Dr. Ewok asks, what alien species would you be? I would probably be... Huh. Maybe immune so I could be rich. Just rich as hell. Probably be immune. Latvian Dragon says, crap, can you listen to me? What do you mean? Well, you must have said something back. Let me scroll up, see what Latvian Dragon said. Make a video about the Kalish. Oh yeah, I thought I already addressed that. What is my lightsaber color? Oh, it'd definitely be red, because I'd probably be a Sith. Latvian Dragon, I did already address that. I will do a video on the Kalish at some point. I already did Grievous, so... Sure, 2, okay. Alright. Also, hold on. I figured out how to get my terrain map editor working, so you guys can hopefully see it. Capture, remove filter. Alright. So now, let's see, I transitioned. Everybody should be able to see my Empire at War map editor. Unless I'm mistaken. YouTube doesn't seem to be picking it up is the thing. Oh, yes, there we go. Awesome. Alright. So, I am now in Empire at War terrain editor. So now I'm going to open documents, desktop, Legends Mod collection folder, Legends Mod maps, and now we're going to work on Coruscant. Awesome. Do I play Galaxy at War? I have not played the Galaxy at War mod, but I will probably at some point. I am subscribed to your mod, Tad Larkin, and I'm friends with you on Steam. Oh! Oh, hi, Captain Chrome. Make a map that looks like Palpatine's face. Alright, so... This is Coruscant so far. Hadn't admittedly gotten too far. This is the Senate Rotunda. And then we've got the Jedi Temple up here. And we've got the little space lanes going on. And I'm going to make this window a little bit like that. That way I can see the chat. Empire War is going all the way back, which is 2006. Do it! Alright, so where I last left off, I was basically putting these props under here to kind of give it a shadow and kind of make this floating platform look like an actual floating platform. If I go on the nature layer, oh, not the nature layer, if I go on the height layer and do passability, you can see that this is just a hill that I made in the terrain editor. But if you put it back on additive, then lo and behold, it looks like just a floating platform. Thomas Tuinter asks, what is your favorite Legends book? That's a hard one, because as I keep reading more Legends books that I hadn't previously read before, I find myself liking them more than previous books that I had considered my favorite. Like, for example, I'm reading Darth Plagueis right now, and it's quite good, and I like it a lot. But Heir to the Empire is a really good one too. I also really love what do you call it? Labyrinth of Evil. That's one of my personal favorites. And of course, Karen Travis's Republic Commando books I really like as well. Sort of fleshing out a history of the Mandalorians. Alright. We're going to go to Objects. Grab this. Control-C, Control-V. Have I read the New Throne book? No, but I heard it was quite good. And with Timothy Zahn writing it, I'm pretty fateful that it will be good, because he's not a bad writer. Have I ever thought about doing a video of a legendary battle then animating it? What do you mean by animating it? Like with my Legos, like what I did back on my old Captain Fordo channel? No, I've never thought about that, but that's actually kind of a good idea. I may do that in the future. I would like to do more stop motions at some point in the future, but time and my limited space in my apartment kind of puts a damper on that. Wolfgar says, I love the Star Wars Legacy comics, and Darth Kryat was such a badass Sith Lord. He was indeed. I admittedly haven't read a lot of the Legacy comics because I just wasn't really interested in comics at the time they were coming out. So back when those were still coming out, I wasn't buying them. But now with all like the free stuff you can rip off the internet, I do have access to those comics, and I will eventually read them. That's why I haven't been doing a lot of Legacy era stuff in my videos. I did the TIE Predator a few months ago, but nothing to the extent that I've done with the Old Republic era and the Clone Wars era and the Rebellion era, New Republic era, so on and so forth. Captain Chrome says, I would suggest Scott Ferguson's Star Wars Altered Universe book on Fanfiction's website or on iTunes. It's really good and well written. Search Google if you want. I'm just going to take this and Control-C and just paste into a notepad on my desktop, and I'll check that out later. Did you know if you switch to Geico, you can save 15% or more on speeder insurance? I did know that because my speeder is insured by Geico. Little known fact about Tad Larkin. He is a happy Geico customer. Could I do a video about the Yuuzhan Vong? I plan on doing a video on the Yuuzhan Vong. I'm actually reading a lot of the, well, rereading a lot of the new Jedi Order stuff, because I admittedly haven't read too much about it, which is, again, another reason why I haven't done too many Yuzon Vong era videos, but I've referenced them time and time again. So it's only fair that I do a Yuzon Vong video at some point. Tis only fair. Basically what I'm doing right now in this map, I'm just kind of putting these sidewalls on it. That way when you're guiding your troops down it, it doesn't look like it's you're just falling off a ledge. Shuriulis Kinig? I don't know how to pronounce that, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that in my last Manda-LORE video when I did your suggestion. But anyways, he says, honestly think Dirge is creepy. Dirge is pretty creepy. He's a tentacle monster. He's basically hentai incarnate. So to speak. Who is my favorite Manda-LORE? I presume you mean Mandalorian? That's a tough one. I really like Jaster Muriel. But Jango Fett will always have a soft spot in my heart, even though George Lucas says he's not Mandalorian. But, oops, edit, undo. Honestly, screw what George Lucas says. He's not involved in it anymore, so... Don't mean to sound like one of those people, but... Lockjaw says, do you like The Last Jedi? As you're probably a bit late to the stream, but I addressed earlier that I have not seen it, nor have I seen Force Awakens, nor have I seen Rogue One. Not that I'm against those films, I'm just disinterested in what Disney's been outputting. At some point I'll go see them. But probably not anytime soon. Hey, welcome Zach Gabriel. Let's do 90 degrees. Nope, not 90 degrees. Let's do 0 degrees. Nope, let's do 180 degrees. That's the angle I need. The high ground! Yes, Zach Gabriel, the answer to your question is yes, the high ground. I have the high ground! Seriously, Anakin, don't try it. I'll cut your legs off. And your arm. Your other arm. More specifically. Dr. Ewok says, who's Bob Jenkins? Please tell me. You probably know as much as I do. Lockjaw asks, are you sad that Disney erased the expanded universe? Of course I'm sad. But, oops, edit undo. Of course it gives the opportunity for dual timelines, and that might appease more people and bring more people into Star Wars. Disney has expressed zero interest in continuing the original expanded universe as a separate timeline, but there are people that could totally... I mean, we've still got Timothy Zahn, we've still got James Luceno. You know, they could totally continue the expanded universe and the quality won't diminish. And you'll get some of those fans that you alienated when you discontinued the EU. Oops, let's make that 270 degrees. Yep. Let's make that 90 degrees. Nope. Shit, let's make that 0 degrees. Huzzah. We need a Mustafar with the high ground. I will be making Mustafar at some point. Dr. Ewok asks, have you read the new Darth Vader comics? No, but I've seen panels from the new Darth Vader comics, and they look pretty stupid. Not to offend anyone who may like the new Darth Vader comics, but I just recall seeing one image with Mon Calamari's head, excuse me, on General Grievous's body, and I'm just like, what is going on? um... Well, Anakin could just force the lava on the high ground and burn Obi-Wan. But why didn't he? That is the question. That is the question only high ground can answer. Let's make this 180 degrees. We'll make this 90 degrees. Do. Oh shit. Oh shit. Hello? Hello? Can everyone hear me? Hello? 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 It looks to be working on OBS. Oh yay, people can hear me. Huzzah! Alright, back to the old grind. How long was I talking to myself is the question. What was the last thing you heard before I went out? Hola hola. Traps. Apparently we were talking about traps. Are they gay? That is the question. Captain Chrome said, my favorite comic is Star Wars Republic 68. Is that what I was talking about, Battle for Jabim? Yeah, basically what I was saying is I love the artwork, I love how gritty it is, I love how, like, I love how we see Anakin kind of succumb to the horrors of war. We get to see him, like, develop as a character and kind of, he basically watches all his friends die. And, it brings another, layer to him that we previously didn't get to see. Samurai Trooper. I know. I don't know where Boofire or where Som is at the moment, but if they are around, they're more than welcome to join the stream. I'm guessing Boofire is on a break. He did release a video earlier. I didn't see it because I was working on the last episode of Manda-LORE at the time. Lockjaw says, did Disney ruin Star Wars? Well, they ruined Star Wars Legends by basically throwing it in the trash. Whether they've ruined Star Wars in general, I don't know, because again, I haven't seen the new movies. Damn it. Control Control C, Control V. Do a video on the Sun Crusher, the most broken OP ship in all of the Star Wars universe. I can do a video on the Sun Crusher. Well, bye, Zach Gabriel. Glad you could join me in my janky, not professional at all stream. And may the high ground be with you. Alright, let's change this to 0.5, or was it 10? Yeah. "20-second video saying this shit is OP. That would basically be the Sun Crusher video. Free Lunchable says Disney ruined Star Wars as a toy brand. It's still up to whether they ruin Star Wars as a franchise. It's still up in the air. Welcome back, Lycan Broadcasting Network. I am. I figured some stuff out. So by next stream, I will be a full pro, hopefully. We can only hope. Or Grandmaster Luke Skywalker in a nutshell. I don't know what that's in reference to. I probably haven't been keeping up with the chat as well as I could be. I'm gonna need to stretch that a little bit. Oh, -15. Oh, +15. Quick question, what are you modding? I believe that's what you're doing because you mentioned it in the video earlier. Free Lunchables, I am modding Star Wars Empire at War, Forces of Corruption. This is my Legends mod that I've been working on for about half a year now. I kind of got bored of the Star Wars Clone Wars submod that I was working on previously. Oop, 50's too high. Let's do 30. Nope, 20 should be good. Luke versus Aquaman. I don't know, how powerful is Aquaman? I don't really follow superheroes. Captain Chrome says Luke's Jedi Order is way better than the original one with Yoda and Mace Windu. Well, yeah, you can get married. Which, honestly, Anakin probably wouldn't have turned to the dark side if he didn't really have to keep his marriage secret. So that would have negated the whole thing. But then again, that just would have made Palpatine's job harder. Oops, vertical 15. Hey Tad, can I ask you a question? Of course you can ask me a question. But while you're typing that question, Samurai Trooper asks, when will we get a beta for the mod? Probably not until I have more help to work on it. Because honestly, I haven't had much time to work on it either. My new job is quite time demanding, and I also work an hour away, so my drive is pretty long too. Alright. So this platform is looking almost done. I just gotta clean it up a bit. This looks ugly. Let's just squish that in there. Yep. Don't want an ugly looking mod. Let's make it 20. Oop, shit. Oh, shit. Sherwillis Koenig asks, have you ever seen Coraline? It's my favorite movie besides the 6 Star Wars movies. No, but Tim Burton is amazing, and as a person who does stop motion himself, I appreciate everything he's done for the industry, and I look up to him career-wise. Samurai Trooper asks, what's the map? It is Coruscant. I'll show you. We got the Jedi Temple here. And then we even got the Senate Rotunda. And then, since this is the Legends mod encompassing different eras of the Star Wars timeline, this will eventually be replaced with the Imperial palace that Palpatine builds. But actually, I think he builds it on top of the Jedi Temple. I'll have to go back and research that. I don't remember correctly. Do. Let me smooth this out too. Height, let's do radius of 80. Let's do an intensity of 10. And smooth weight of 1. Oops. Oh shit. I fucked with something I probably shouldn't have. Liking Broadcasting Network says, Manda-LORE, yes, it was built out of the Jedi Temple. Alright, just wanted to make sure. I didn't know, I couldn't remember if it was in new canon or if it was in Legends that it was built on top of the Jedi Temple. Or out of the Jedi Temple or whatever. Oops, edit, undo. Actually, instead of additive, let's do leveling code brush. Oh, that's fucked. That's totally fucked. Undo. Point brush. Will that help it at all? No. I just basically want to smooth this out and make it look less like stairs. Samurai Trooper asks, best ship in the Imperial Navy? I don't know about the best ship, but I think the Bellator looks really friggin' cool. That's one of my personal favorites. The Eclipse is very powerful. It does have that super laser. But at the same time, could be considered, a little bit OP. Free Lunchables. I did hear something about the Jedi Temple being built on top of the Force Nexus, but I don't remember, again, if that was new canon or old canon. Fuck, I need to go back to objects. Have that sunken in more. There we go. The Gungans are taking over! I was right! The Gungans are taking over! Yeah, that's an issue. I gotta fix that. So we'll take this one here. Jar Jar kills Palpy in his sleep. I could see that. Confirmed, Snoke is Jar Jar. Oh, gross. Captain Chrome, why? You're gonna give Tad nightmares. So let's make this Z angle 90. No, that's not what I want. Actually, no, that is what I want. We'll make the X angle 90 as well. Nope, let's make it 0. The Y angle needs to be 90. And then just a little bit. There. Hey, welcome CT301 Lego Builder 390 the Elite. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. The stream I finally figured out how to do. Not completely, but at least somewhat. Kieran Cranenberg says, have you seen the Supremacy flagship of Snoke, and what are your thoughts on it? I believe one of the last live streams I did with Sombraptor and Boofire, me and Som made fun of it, because, the class of the ship is called the Mega Class Star Destroyer, and it's quite silly. I mean, you could think of, Som said, you could think of like tons of better names, like the Annihilator class, or like the I don't know, the Grandoise class, or whatever. It's like, you could have chose a better name than Mega. Might as well have called it the Big Class Star Destroyer. You know? And lots of Disney fans criticize the EU for having these supermassive ships that are completely unwieldy, and then they have this huge Star Destroyer that's longer than like, well, not longer, but wider than like 4 Executors put end to end, or whatever. I can't remember how big it actually is, but it's larger than anything we've had in Legends, so they shouldn't be complaining. Yeah, 60 kilometers long, and I think the Executor was like 20, I can't remember. I'm totally not going to Wikipedia or anything. I have the incredible cross sections. I just don't feel like going over to go look it up. Yeah, it's 19 kilometers long, so my assumption of 20 off the top of my head was correct. Not as big as a Yuzon Vong world ship. Well, they were, you know, they were worlds. That's what they transported the Yuzon Vong on. They're the size of planets. You know? Let's make that 270. Bounty Hunter Derek asks, how many B1 battle droids would it take to kill Grandmaster Luke? Probably all quintillion of them. Grandmaster Luke did not play around. Control C, Control V. Spiked Psycho says the Imperial Palace was the Presidential Palace. The building was built pre-10,000 BBY. Huh, well, there you go. I thought Palpatine built the Imperial Palace. That's something I'll just have to do more research into. Let me just check my audio is still working. Hello? It is indeed. Awesome. Thank you, OBS. I don't want it to randomly go out again. Let's change the angle of this a little bit, and then change the position to kind of interlock with that. Move this over here. Oh, shit. Good enough for my house. And then I'll do the same on this side. Control V. I'm just going to change this angle to 90. Oh, X angle to 90. No, that's not what I want. This needs to be changed to 270. Alright, let's make that go down a bit. Oh, that's not... cancel. So you know what? Delete this. I fucked up. Delete this component. Oop, edit undo. Yeah, terrain editor is finicky at some point. Points. I'm not concentrating on what I'm saying. Control V. I fucked up. These are smaller than they should be, so I'm just gonna move this here and here. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh shit, there goes the planet. Actually, no, that is exactly what I wanted to do. Boom. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do, though. Kieran Cronenberg, it is indeed a bridge. And there's going to be a little landing zone here. This will probably be the start point of the map where you first land. There'll be another landing zone here. Probably a few landing zones in between. I'll make a maze of Coruscant underlevels and, you know, varying different terrains. This is just early stages of this first Coruscant map. There will be multiple Coruscant maps. Bounty Hunter Derek asks, what is your favorite starfighter in all of Star Wars? That's a tough one. I would probably say... Oops. I quite like the, Oh, shit. I can see it in my head. I just can't remember the name of it. I quite like... Man. What is it called? The Devab. The Devab type starfighter. That's a really cool Mandalorian one from the Old Republic era. That is a good idea, Carrion Cronenberg. Put a Venator. I'll just have to transfer some of my models over to here and code it in. It's like a 2-second job. Oops. Let's change the position of this. Ah, I fucked it up. Put the statues or the clone. Ah! CT301 Lego Builder 3190, the Elite, has noticed that this is indeed the bridge Captain Fordo was fighting the clone troopers on in Sector 4. Hello, Dokio Robocraft gameplay. I'm basically just modding right now. And we're just talking because it's, you know, it's just like a little screw around live stream. I've never done one before, so this is my first live stream. And if you've been here since the start, you would know that it was a shit show. Because I have no idea what I'm doing. But I figured some stuff out, so hopefully nothing else will go wrong. Alright. Oop. Move that into position. Actually, no, right there is good. Oops, shit. Edit, undo. And let's make this 90 degrees. My day's been good, Dokyo Robocraft gameplay. How has your day been? It's just a lazy Saturday for me. I got a nice 3-day weekend ahead because of New Year's, and I'm living large. Spiked Psycho, I do remember that. I listened to Heir of the Empire on audiobook not too long ago because I love Mark Thompson's narration and his awesome Luke and Han and Leia impression. Well, not Leia, he can't do girl voices, but his awesome Han and Luke impression. Actually, he does a pretty good Lando, too. Bounty Hunter Derek, that is indeed my plan. There's going to be turrets at every corner. Not turrets, but like the build pads where you can build turrets, and there's going to be 2 bunkers here and some good ground places. Also, since this map is around 19 BBY, I am... Oops, shit, that's the wrong thing. I am probably going to put craters and crashed speeders and shit around. Just kind of emerge a little bit more. Undo. I need to move this one down. There we go. Oops, shit. There we go. Looking good. Dokyo Robocraft gameplay. Nope, this is for my new Legends mod. I'm basically kind of taking a break from the Clone Wars sub mod. I wanted to do something less cartoony. Let's make this 360 degrees. Nope, not the Y angle. Go back. Edit, undo. Shit. I think I had it at 90. I can't remember. I did. Kieran Krendenberg, maybe put in the skybox for Battle of Coruscant. Well, my skybox options aren't very... Where are my skyboxes? I don't have a lot of them. And honestly, I don't know how to put custom ones in there, otherwise I would have done so already. But that's something I'll probably work out in the future. Again, I'm receiving pretty much no help on this mod right now. I do have like people in chat, but in like a thread on ModDB that are willing to help out, but I haven't seen much from them lately. I'm not complaining. I'm sure they're busy and people have lives, but go back to objects. Oh, let's make this 270. CT301, am I gonna add the mountains described in Heir to the Empire? The Minari Mountains? Maybe for, because I'm gonna be doing multiple Coruscant maps for multiple eras. I'll probably do one with the Minari Mountains for, what do you call it? The, New Republic era. But probably not for this one. This specific Coruscant map. Let's move that. There. Awesome. Awesome opossum. Let's make it go vertical a bit more. Oh, that would be a good idea, putting the Minari Mountains in a skybox. Karen Cronenberg asks, what is my favorite Star Wars planet? Um, Obroa Sky was cool. I kind of like the idea of like a library world. But at the same time, if I had to live on any planet, it would probably have to be... that's interesting. Where would I live? I don't know, probably Alderaan pre-Battle of Yavin. It depends on what era I'm living in, too. Let's make this... what did I say? 270? Oh, Osis is a good one, too. Then again, that would have to be pre-devastation of Osis. Which was like 3,000 years? I don't remember. Before the Battle of Yavin, I'll have to... I'm not good with dates off the top of my head. That's why I research before I do videos. Captain Chrome asks, I have Darth Plagueis, Kenobi, Dark Lord, Rise of Darth Vader books. I can't wait to read them. I'm reading Darth Plagueis right now, and it's an absolute joy. I don't know why I didn't read it 10 years ago when it came out. Oops, shit. Bounty Hunter Derek asks, have you done a video on the Dark Reaper? No, but I've referenced the Dark Reaper a lot. I will... excuse me. I will end up doing the Dark Reaper at some point. I keep grabbing the wrong prop. Frick N-A. There we go. There's the right prop. Free Lunchables asks, you would have to live on Alderaan pre-Battle of Yavin. How would you live on it afterward? Well, I would go way pre-Battle of Yavin. That way I die of natural causes before Alderaan is destroyed. Captain Chrome, I wish I knew how to mod Star Wars Empire at War. It's actually surprisingly easy. Whoops. There we go. Move this a little bit. I'm sorry. Let me go back to the chat. Dokio Robocraft Gameplay asks, would you think of making a Discord server to talk more with your fans, and maybe have more ways for people to suggest video ideas, as well as talk to other people of the Star Wars community? That's a good idea. I don't know how to use Discord. I don't use it that much, but once I figure that out, I could indeed make a Discord for you guys all to interact with me. I do have a Facebook and a Twitter that I put in the descriptions of the last videos I've done, but I recognize not everybody has a Facebook and Twitter, and a lot of people detest social media, which I get. But it's just another way to keep up. And I post some pictures on there when I go to cons. Oh, that is the wrong one. Spiked Psycho asks, will you do a video on the Kuat drive yards? Probably. I have a script half written out for Kuat, because I was going to do that originally before Roxas Prime, but I thought doing Roxas Prime was better for me at the time. I don't remember why. I think it was time issues. Whoops. Lego Builder, the Elite CT301 asks, are you using anything from the new canon? And this mod? No. Absolutely nothing from the new canon. I want it to be focused completely on Legends. I'd say this platform is almost done except for those 2 holes, but I kind of want to move on to other things on this map. And you know, people playing the mod aren't gonna be looking underneath to see, oh, did he do everything correctly? And if so, they're just nitpicking. Oh, excuse me. Let's get rid of that. Not even one or two vehicle armor designs? I don't know. I haven't seen or read much of the new canon to know what kind of new vehicles they have. Karian Cronenberg asks, if you could fix parts of the prequels, what would you... Hold on. If you could fix parts of the prequels, what would they be if you can make 5 changes? First change, I would probably oust Jar Jar. That goes without saying. And Echo thought I was talking to her. She can shut up. I'd probably oust Jar Jar, and then my second change. I think we need more Samuel L. Jackson. I like Mace Windu. My third change, there, so that's good. My third change would probably be make... This one's kind of tough because I kind of like the character development Boba has after Revenge of the Sith, and I think this would kind of negate it, but I think Boba needs some sort of retribution for his dad on Geonosis. I think it would be cool if they had like a young Boba finish off Mace Windu instead of Palpatine. But, yeah. Fourth change, Darth Maul needs more screen time. Maybe not necessarily living past Episode 1, but definitely more screen time. Oops, I don't want that prop. And then fifth change... See, I liked the prequels pretty much as is, so I never really thought about this. I'd definitely change Anakin's actor. Hayden Christensen doesn't really know how to act that well, in my humble opinion. I'm sure many disagree, but without his acting, though, we don't get the hilarious memes that result. CT Lego Builder the Elite asks, anything from TCW? I'm guessing that's in relation to the Legends mod I was talking about earlier. No, with this mod I want to focus more on the Dark Horse comics. So instead of Rex, we'll be seeing Alpha 17. I don't think Ahsoka belongs in Legends at all, to be honest. So she's not going to be in there. That's just a personal preference. Spiked Psycho, I hated the way they portrayed Barriss Offee. Oh, I know. Complete opposite to how she acted in the established EU. I'm trying to find those big statues. We need some big-ass statues, don't we? No, I mean like Gen 2 ARC Troopers and ARFs. I don't know why ARFs were created. To be honest, I think their helmets look kind of stupid. I probably won't put them in there. There will be Phase 2 ARC Troopers, but probably not Phase 1.5 ARC Troopers. And a lot of the ARC Troopers died off halfway through the war and were replaced with the Shadow Troopers and pre-TCW established canon. So I'll most likely be doing that instead. Robocraft Gameplay asks, how do you feel about Last Jedi? Personally, I thought it was okay. The story was fine. I'm sure you probably weren't here when this was asked to me the first couple times, but I haven't seen Last Jedi. I haven't seen any of the Disney new canon films. Not because I think they're bad or anything, just I'm disinterested. Why do I want to know what happens after Return of the Jedi when I can just read about it and have read about it? trying to find those damn statues. Props urban, they're in here. Camino decor, urban, civ structure. Ooh. Urban statue. I fucking passed them, idiot. Yeah, I like these ones, and we'll do big ones, just like in the cartoon. Let's make it bigger. Bigger. Yeah, there we go. And let's do take off random angles, so when I import them, they're not screwed up. CT301, you're actually in a Discord server that I made for Legends. If you want, I can give you ownership of the server. You don't have to relinquish ownership. I wouldn't know how to run it. That's something I'm going to have to figure out on my own. And yeah, I did join that server, but nobody was on or talking or anything, so... And I'm not on Discord that much either, anyway. We basically use it for Cantina Roundtable when it's not acting, when Skype's being stupid, which is most of the time. They have been doing that for a while with the new Star Wars movies. I don't know what that's in reference to. And steals from Return of the Jedi. The good guys deal a crippling blow to the antagonist. Oh, if this is spoilers, I'm not going to read that out loud. I don't want to spoil the movie for anyone who hasn't seen yet. Why is Darth Vader so weak in Legends but strong in canon? I wouldn't say Darth Vader is weak in Legends. I disagree with that. I hear he's a bit overpowered in new canon, but you know, you have a character like Darth Vader that's, you know, he has this reputation. You kind of want him to be powerful, and you know, he is the chosen one at the same time, so yep. Captain Chrome, it's no one makes videos how to mod EAR anymore. There was downloads from Corey, Loses tutorial how to mod. It said there were viruses. I'm guessing there were tutorials at one time, but I could make EAR tutorials. I made a tutorial on how to install an Empire at War mod on my Captain Fordo channel a few years ago. I don't know if that's still up or if the YouTube Nazis took it down. Why is this? Let's make that 15. Oh shit. 15. Spiked Psycho. The film's garbage wrapped in Disney magic. My cat's trying to knock out my mic cord again. Disney's buying the franchises and media. Star Wars, Marvel Comics, 20th Century Fox. Cause they're batting down the hatches for Hollywood's inevitable collapse. Yeah, I heard about the acquisition of 20th Century Fox, and I'm honestly kind of afraid of that, because that means they can take the prequels and remake them if they wanted to. But at the same time, I'm kind of happy for that, because if they did that, we'd have the original prequels still in Legends, and if they screw up the prequels, which is hard to screw up any more than people assume George Lucas has. I like the prequels a lot, so that's what I grew up on. So I'm kind of biased in that opinion, but I don't know. Disney will do what they want because they got the money. They got all the money, and that's what makes the world goes around. That's what makes the world go round. Lockjaw asks, do you believe the Clone Wars is part of the EU or Disney canon? I don't think it fits in with the EU at all. Despite Jason Fry and Leland Chee and other authors basically trying to smush it in and forcefully fit it into Legends, I feel like that breaks the fabric of the expanded universe, and I don't really support that. I think it's much more at home in the new Disney canon. It has a nice cozy spot made exactly for it, and is one of the founding cornerstones of the new canon. I think it should stay in new canon, leave Legends, and have the Clone Wars multimedia project that preceded it take its original time slot. I think that would be a lot better. Most people disagree with me, but, you know, what are you going to do? Captain Chrome says, well, I mean making mods for the game like you are. Go on ModDB. There's a couple articles that have some really great tutorials on like step-by-step walkthroughs on on what to download, where to get stuff, and what to do, like how to edit the XML files and how to extract everything. If you want, send me a YouTube private message and I'll link them to you, because I have them all in my favorites on Chrome. CT, are you going to add any stuff from Elite Squadron or Battlefront 3 in the Legends mod? I'm considering adding X2 and X1. Or that Chiss Jedi that is their master, I think would be cool too. That was on, what do you call it? That was on Cato Nemoidia during Episode 3. Oh, during the game with Order 66 happening. Dokyo Robocraft gameplay. I liked TCW and the old miniseries. That's good. I'm not saying TCW is bad. I personally didn't like it because it was a little too childish for my taste, and some of the story things they decided to do with Anakin I disagreed with. Everything they did with the Mandalorians and Maul I disagreed with, and everything how they kind of, I mean, while there are subtle Legends references in it, it doesn't really fit in with the EU that much, and they don't really care is the thing. It almost exists as if it's part of its own thing, you know? Hey Manda-LORE, do you play any games, even non-Star Wars games, if any? Yep, I play lots of Total War. I like strategy games, if you can't tell, because I'm modding one. Let's put on some... Let's stop doing props for a sec, and we'll put on some, gameplay stuff. So, if I remember correctly, we go to... Cinematic props. Nope. Props generic. Script marker. Nope. It was... Special structure? I'm trying to find the, in the directory, I'm trying to find where to put all the landing zones. It's been a while since I used Map Editor. Wow. I'm losing my edge. And it's also, I'm skimming the stream at the same time. Spiked Psycho. Former Chancellor Valorum being alive and well by 20 BBY in the series, while he's blown to bits in Republic issue 61, 16 months of the Battle of Geonosis, or 21 BBY where Anakin's still a Padawan. Yeah, like I said, they have zero regard for the established EU, and they retconned a lot of those really good Dark Horse comics, which was another reason why I disliked Clone Wars. But as I was saying before, it's a good series on its own, and I don't condemn it for that at all. If you could be any character in Star Wars, who would you be and why? Probably Barden Yusik to be an awesome Jedi Mandalorian. Or Mandalorian Jedi, however you look at it. Captain Chrome, how do I send a private message? Because I took one article and a couple downloads are from FileFront, which is gone. Oh yeah, FileFront is gone. Shit. Well, Captain Chrome, if you're on my Steam like you said you were, send me a message on Steam when I log in. I'll go in and get you. I'll put in stuff from my Dropbox to give to you. I can do that. Would you rather have the EU be canon or Disney Star Wars be canon? I'd rather have the EU be canon, but that doesn't mean, just because it's not canon doesn't mean I can't enjoy it. Was there any more that I missed? EU, the Mandalorian arc's bad. Yep, pretty much. Would a force using mercenary work? Fun fact, he's an asshole. Alright, what was I looking for? Oh yes, the stupid, I swore it was in script marker. Nope. I need the landing zones. Space prop, upgrade object, unique unit. Miscellaneous object. Nope, wasn't in there. Marker. Oh, it's in markers. Reinforcement point. We'll do a +5 cap here. And in order for it to work, I need to change player order to neutral. And then that will change once I reload the map. And now we'll go to... I want to find the build pads, which are in here as well. Reveal marker, story trigger. Where the bloody hell are the build pads? Lockjaw asks, do you feel Star Wars is dead? The Star Wars as I previously knew it, yeah. The new generation of Star Wars is alive and well. Kieran Cronenberg, what do you think about the unreleased Force Unleashed 3 game? I had no idea that they were making a third one. And if it was better than Force Unleashed 2, I would be excited for it. I was not really happy with what they did with Force Unleashed 2. And a lot of people weren't, but it was still a good game. I just prefer the first one. Maybe it's in buildable. Ground buildable? Oh, yes. Bunker pad. Empire build pad. We just need a regular build pad. Pirate build pad. Rebel build pad. That's for skirmish. Skirmish build pad. This is for EU. Not EU. This is for GC. And we're gonna take off the random angles. Already been taken off. Boom. I just have to change the affiliation to neutral. Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V, and Control V. Alright, I'm missing some chat action here. Do you like Disney Star Wars? Lockjaw asks. Haven't digested any of it. I wouldn't say I like it, but I wouldn't say I dislike it. I would just say I'm uninterested in it. Everybody's just kind of yelling at Lockjaw. Yeah, TCW doesn't actually fit in Clone Wars, Lockjaw. As much as you like the series, it doesn't really fit in Legends. Everybody's still yelling at Lockjaw, so while they're doing that, I'm gonna keep putting down these build pads. Control V. Oh, shit. When I copied and pasted them, they didn't take the, affiliation with them. So now I have to go back and manually change all of the affiliation to neutral. Which stinks. Oh. Free Lunchables asks, wait, how does TCW not fit into Legends? How does it fit in canon? Well, it was basically made to fit in canon. It had a nice thing with it. And a nice little spot made for it. And if you want to know why it doesn't fit in Legends, there's a video on my Captain Fordo channel explaining all of that. Tina the Fat Lard. Tina, you fat lard, asks, just joined the stream. What are you doing right now? I am modding Star Wars Empire at War. I am making a map for Coruscant. As you can see, the Jedi Temple in the distance, and we have the Senate Rotunda as well. And I'm just changing all these build pads to be neutral instead of Rebellion. Samurai Trooper, traps. We're doing traps. Are they gay? Captain Chrome sent the message, Tad, whenever you are ready. I'll get back to you after the stream, Captain Chrome. I'm just going to be doing the stream for about half an hour, and that's when my girlfriend will be back from work, so I'll have to go do chores and errands, so... Bounty Hunter Derek asks, what will the planet's native forces be? It's going to change per era. For the Clone Wars era, I'm going to have shock troopers and Senate guards be the major defenders, the indigenous population, if you will. And Galactic Civil War era will be Imperial Guards, the Crimson ones. And, oops, I forgot a few things here. Control C. Control V. I haven't figured out what to do for the New Republic era, because that's when the New Republic is in control of Coruscant. I'd probably do some variation of the Rebel Trooper. CT301 asks, what do you think of Joe Hogan's Captain Fordo motion comics? They're fantastic. He's a really great artist, and I follow him on DeviantArt as well. Lockjaw asks, what is your favorite thing about Star Wars? Mine is the Yuuzhan Vong. I really like Star Wars military history, if you can't tell by my channel. And I also really like weapons and technology that's been used. These textures. Let's do some texturing. Hold on. I want the... So I originally edited one of the Clone Wars mod maps when I started this Coruscant map, so there's some residual textures that. I'm just gonna replace with the neutral ones. 200 degrees. CT301 says the statues you have there look more like Senate guards than what you have there. Oh, well, yeah, in Clone Wars they were supposed to be Senate guards. Yeah, it's just a placeholder until I can get a modeler. Maybe I'll have them make that statue. Hey, one of my Skype friends messaged me. Samurai Trooper asks, is HK-47 the best droid in Star Wars, personality-wise? I do enjoy his personality. I haven't done much research on other droids, so I'd be willing to back that claim. Bounty Hunter Derek asks, what's your favorite weapon in Star Wars? Mine is the Verpine Shattergun. Easy. DC-15A blaster rifle is one of my favorites. I just love the way it looks, and I want to own one for my cosplay at one point. Tina the Fat Lard asks, who's your favorite clone in Mandalorian? Favorite clone? Easily Captain Fordo. Duh. My other channel is Captain Fordo. And favorite clone... no, favorite Mandalorian. As I said before, I really like Jaster Muriel. Goran Bavine's pretty cool, too. If anyone's ever read about him. I'll probably be doing a video about him at some point. It's just the problem with that is he mostly appears in the books, so he has no real illustrations that go with him. I'll probably be doing more Gmod posing to do that. Lycan Broadcasting Network. If you ever get around to watching Rogue One, K2SO was clearly inspired by HK-47. Perhaps he was. Again, I haven't seen Rogue One. Yeah. Oh, is it back?
Well, let me wait for it to catch up.
I think it's back. It says so on OBS.
It's not caught up for me yet on the thing.
Hey, Tina the Fat Lard says mic works. Yay! It's alive! Alright.
Sweet.
Sweet! Alright, so do you want me to hang up on you? Do you want me to hang up on you? Do you actually want in the stream? You're on Skype.
I guess.
I don't know what we talk about, but I actually have to go in a little bit anyways.
Let's do this.
Alright. My friend Matt Man Dude may be joining the stream. If I could figure out how to get his voice to work, that would be cool. Hello.
Hello, internet peoples.
Hello, Mr. Man Dude. I'm going to go to my settings, and then I'm going to go to audio, and then I'm going to go to desktop audio device, and I'm going to choose my headset. And then they should be able to hear you. Hello.
Hello, internet peoples.
Can everyone hear Matt Man Dude? Welcome, random Skype person, Carrion Cronenberg says.
You know, if it was me, I'd be outside in the sunshine and sitting on my computer listening to this shit. But since you're all still here, welcome back to my show.
Are you commandeering the stream?
You invited me.
I did invite you. But don't
What's
take
my favorite
advantage of...
video game of all time, says Tina the Fat Lard.
Would you like to answer that?
Yes, is the answer. Except the ones I don't like.
My favorite video game of all time?
Free Radical Star Wars Battlefront 3.
The one we never got.
Yes. I was actually just doing research on that a little bit, and interestingly enough, I was watching leaked cinematics, the ones that didn't fully get completed, and I learned that General Coda was going to be in that game.
That would have been interesting.
He was the master to the Jedi who was used to clone X1 and X2.
Ah!
So, yeah.
Interesting.
I thought so. Yeah, it's worth watching all the stuff. Some of the cinematics are really bad, and they're just like a floating cape, but you can still hear the voices and kind of pick out what's going on through the course of the story.
Well, it's not a finished game, so...
Yeah, it had a lot of content. It's too bad it all died.
Whamp, whamp, whamp. And then the people who tried to complete it got slapped with a subpoena by Disney.
I just actually learned about that, but they're still releasing what they had with a new skin for free on Steam. And that game is called Galaxy in Turmoil, now without the Star Wars at the beginning of it. All I'm going to say on that is I do hope the developer makes it into a highly, highly community modding friendly game, and then we can just go ahead and if I was that developer, I would release all the mod tools for it, and then I would have my friend go and create a total conversion, air quotes, and release it to Steam Workshop and Nexus and ModDB and all the wonderful places that we go.
Is this friend an orange Mandalorian who has a YouTube channel and is the only one in the clan that is told to mod on command?
Well, I was speaking metaphorically if I was the developer of Galaxy in Turmoil, which I am not.
You should be. Why aren't you, Man Dude?
Because I'm sick.
You're sick. Sick and twisted.
Correct. What are your live chat people asking you about? I think that you should be paying more attention to them. They feel neglected by you.
Ah, no, I'm kidding. Samurai Trooper says, make him join the Cantina Roundtable. I tried to get Zach on the Cantina Roundtable at one point, but that never happened. CT301 says, are you going to add ATXTs to the Legends mod? If you go on ModDB, I've got all the, what do you call it? I've got all the rosters all posted. You can see the ATXTs there, and as well as the AT for the Republic. And then Samurai Trooper says traps.
Yeah, I'm kind of catching up a little bit on the live chat as well. Apparently, I need to join Cantina Roundtable.
That's what I was just talking about.
Yeah, I know, but I was tuning you out so that I could read what they were saying directly. No one is here to hear you. They're all here to read themselves.
You came in here like less than 5 minutes ago.
Curian says we're gays. Well,
no, he's
I
talking
have
about
an
traps,
important
not
announcement
us.
to make about Tyler here.
Tad. My name is Tad.
Excuse me.
They don't know my real name yet.
I don't know your real name either, Tad. Oops. I lied.
I know.
His real name is Turnip.
Turnip Larkin.
Correct. All right, I don't mean to hijack your show, so you just continue and pretend I'm not here.
Yep. So things and stuff. Manda-LORE's not hot. He's gonna hop out of the 4-door with the 44, and that's a 1, 2, and 3, and 4.
Less
Okay.
more. Slugs with a 44, no less, no more.
I don't understand the reference.
It's a gravestone on Boot Hill.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
Real life for a second, not Star Wars. Old West thing. Anyways.
Edit, undo.
I am Matman Dude, for those of you who did not know. And I bet none of you can guess my real name. That's right. Lockjaw says, please answer my questions. All right, hold on. Everyone stop what they're doing and only pay attention to Lockjaw. Go ahead, Lockjaw.
Lockjaw's just talking about TCW, which I already dropped my mic on. I'd rather talk about something else.
It's 2 T's, Kyrian. 2 T's. We're listening to you, Lockjaw. Lockjaw, you're on the air now.
Oh god, this would be a shit show. If it was like that. Lockjaw.
Lockjaw.
Oh, do you want to read it? You can read it.
I'm sorry. No, by all means. Please.
You're my
please.
guest. Be my guest. Be my guest.
And don't singing. That's right. What if the new canon is actually the old canon? Then
Whoa.
I should just not ever be alive again. That's not okay with me. I like the 3 T's look, by the way, Kyrian. I think I could get used to that. So Lockjaw believes that the Clone Wars fits in with Legends. I mean, I'm going to play devil's advocate here for a second.
Because you always play devil's advocate. And you're also a TCW fan, so...
I wouldn't say I'm a fan. I don't hate it. Okay, I do hate a lot of it. There is, I won't lie, I do play it up more to annoy you, but it is a show that has a lot of good stuff and a whole lot of bad stuff. What it does well, it does pretty good, and pretty much anytime the Jedi show up, it's ruined. But all that aside, just based entirely on the story-based stuff, it does present a lot of conflicts with pre-existing Legends canon. Now, if you remove some of its bullshit and kind of smooth it out, you could probably shimmy it in there. But as it stands, I would disagree. I do not believe it does.
It's a square peg in a round hole.
Yeah, you just need to smooth out those edges, though, and you could still get it in there.
Yeah, but what edges? In your opinion, let's see. Let's see what Madman Dude's opinion is.
My opinion. Well, for starters, let's not ignore the elephant in the room. Can we please get rid of Ahsoka? Entirely. Or if we do introduce this character, can we kill her in a violent way right from the get-go?
Well, no, because Filoni has a hard-on for her.
Yes, because he's a pedophile. But it's okay. The hat made him do it.
The hat made him do it.
The hat made him do everything.
Do you prescribe to my theory that George Lucas's goiter is evil and caused him to make some of the decisions he made later in this franchise?
I believe that it is definitely what influenced him to sell out to Disney. Yes. Yes, indeed.
Darth Goiter.
No. A Sith Lord would have wanted to keep a hold of all of that power. It's not a Sith Lord. No, it's more like Goiter the Hutt.
Goiter the Hutt?
Goiter the Hutt.
That sounds like an actual Hutt name.
Yeah, it does! And I think that it's very appropriate.
Goiter the Hutt. Why do they call you Goiter the Hutt?
Mark Mattman. Continue.
Huh? Sucker the Hutt?
Sucker the Hutt.
What does Sucker the Hutt do?
Yes, what does Sucker the Hutt do? Is there a Vong mod for Empire at War? I'm not sure.
There is. It's called the Yuzon Vong at War mod. Is it released? No. That's the key.
Beldorian the Hutt. Jedi Master Beldorian the Hutt. Feel the Force around you. yeah, that's fun.
Go away, Madman Dude.
I'm sick. I'm allowed to make a fool of myself. I enjoy it quite immensely, sir. Beldorian the Hutt was my favorite Jedi.
Is Beldorian the Hutt an actual character?
Apparently.
To the Wook. Da-da-da-da-da.
I think that Beldorian sounds like an excellent character.
Beldorian was a Hutt Jedi Knight serving in the Jedi Order and the Galactic Republic roughly 400 years before the founding of the Galactic Empire. Well, there you go.
That is very interesting. And it is favorite Jedi. I wonder if he had to have a special ramp made to get him inside of his Eta 2. You know what I mean? Like one of those bands. Probably needed a special compartment, too. To slide the tail down.
Have a little accessible parking space thing hanging from his rear view.
Yeah, the ring that he has for his hyperspace. Oh, fuck. I can't remember what those things are called. Was it literally just called a hyperspace ring?
It's literally just called a hyperspace ring.
I thought so, but I wasn't sure. But yeah, you know, it just has a little tag hanging there, but, you know, it's all blue and white, and it's got the little guy in the wheelchair, except there's this huge-ass tail sticking out the back of the wheelchair.
Oh, jeez.
My favorite 4C character... Well, okay, let's see. My favorite Sith Lord is definitely Darth Vectivus.
Darth Businessman.
Yes! Darth Business! I liked Darth Vectivus. He was a very interesting character.
A Sith Lord who didn't want anything a Sith Lord actually wants.
He became a Sith entirely out of pure shit and curiosity. He became a Sith basically because he was bored, and something about Sithiness actually attracted his interest. He raised his eyebrow, went out there to find out what it was all about, tutelaged, and ended up becoming Dark Lord of the Sith. And died surrounded by his family and friends. Died peaceably in his own bed, surrounded by family and friends. Now, what a way to go.
My favorite Force user?
Jedi, Sith, Grey Jedi. I mean, it's a broader term. Force use. At that point, you could Night Sister.
I kind of liked Barden Yusuk. I liked him more as a Mandalorian than as a Jedi, but he was cool. But honestly, I love Yoda like a lot. You can't do it because you're sick, but you do a really good Yoda impression.
Liking other Jedi leads to jealousy. Jealousy leads to kicking your ass, and kicking your ass leads to the dark side.
What was that video you showed me where everything led to the dark side?
I don't remember. It's just like this meme now that I do with everyone I know. Everything leads to the dark side. Blue leads to the dark side. Red
his mother. Data from Star Trek is a Sith Lord, apparently, according to chat. I'm sorry, I looked away from chat too long, and all of a sudden Data's a Sith Lord.
Well, his eyes do glow yellow.
Yeah, but is that an inherent trait of being a Sith Lord? Palpatine's eyes weren't yellow all the time.
No. It's an inherent trait, apparently, of... I believe it's supposed to have something to do with the fact that they have, like, all of this Force power, and they allow it to run through them so uncontrollably that it has this kind of destructive quality upon them. And there's the emotional... kind of the way that it focuses is kind of an emotional related thing. So since they're angry and pissed off at everyone all the time, they tend to have a sort of self-destructive property. See Darth Scion for more information.
I'm angry, I'm sad, I'm depressed, I'm in love, I'm emotionally distraught by the events that have been previously bestowed upon me. Oh Jesus, aren't you Darth Vader yet?
Yeah, that's Darth Emo. Not Darth Scion. Darth Scion is Darth. Ow!
I know, but I took the opportunity.
Segue, man.
I did
You
segue.
You tried to go off on a segue.
I am a segue. I'm Darth Segway. That's my segue.
No. Anyway.
Manda-LORE. Did you know?
That's the question. Sorry.
He said, "Did you know that Force Unleashed 2 was supposed to be about Yoda's early life, but Disney buying Star Wars rushed the game, so they made it about Galen Merrick, and it was very short?" I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if that's true either. I know that it was rushed and that the game was intended to be very, very different.
When did Force Unleashed come out? Force Unleashed 2.
Wasn't it like 2010 or something?
Yeah, that's like 2 years before Disney bought it, so I don't understand why Disney has anything to do with the rushing of it.
Oh, did he say Disney?
Yeah, he said Disney rushed it. Disney buying Star Wars rushed the game.
No, that's not true.
Ah, alright. Thank you for confirming that.
I know that there was a great amount of internal conflict at LucasArts in that time period, and that LucasArts had been trying to rush the project out. I don't know all of the details surrounding that, but they were trying to rush the project. It was meant to be a much longer and more detailed game. but the dissatisfaction from everyone that came out of it, Hayden Blackman, the guy who was the brainchild behind, or not the brainchild, the words, I can't words today, the opposite of brainchild. The guy who made it up.
Brainchild would be the correct term.
No, Force Unleashed was the brainchild of Hayden Blackman.
Yeah.
What I was trying to say, but I failed to, and I am sad. And you may all say, you failed. Or, in TF2 announcer way, you failed.
You
But
failed.
I digress. Failure digressage. So moving on from that, Hayden Blackman left the company in the wake of everything that happened, excuse me, with Force Unleashed 2. So, yes.
Fun fact, Hayden Blackman also wrote the Star Wars Obsession comics, which were the Dark Horse's lead into Episode 3.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know this fact of fun.
So, with the Clone Wars multimedia project, each medium had its own lead into Episode 3. We had Labyrinth of Evil for the books, that led into Episode 3. We had the last few episodes of Clone Wars, the TV show, TVs that led into Episode 3. We had Star Wars Obsession, the comics, that led into Episode 3. And then I don't know if there's any equivalent for the game, but Republic Commando did lead into Episode 3 as well, so you could assume that.
Yeah.
What were you laughing at?
Lycan Broadcasting Network says to Lockjaw, I would claim that The Last Jedi is the best Star Wars movie ever conceived before I call The Hutt Jedi objectively correct. I tip my hat to you, sir, or madam.
That's fantastic.
Indeed it is. So, out of curiosity on my own part, and maybe you've already answered this question for your audience, Mr. Manda-LORE, Tad Larkin, what's with the end of 2017 live stream expirement? That you're conducting?
I think, does it automatically save? I think it does. Alright, the change has been rectified.
Hey! But I just wanted to ask, like, legitimately though, why the live stream, sir?
Oh, because we did it a lot with the Cantina Roundtable, and I got curious. You should have been here for the first half. It was an absolute shit show. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing.
Oh, that's always the best way to do it.
You just gotta
wing it. That's how the Matt and Zach show was the thing. Most of the time. We had a general idea of what we were here talking about.
At Manda-LORE, at 017 is expiring, and he's doing a live stream about the expiration of 2017. There you go, Free Lunchables. Thank you for defending my obvious spelling mistake.
The lore master of Manda-LORE.
I said I was a lore master, never said I was a spelling or grammar master.
There's just all these history books that you've written in the archives of Manda-LORE.
They're
all spelling mistakes.
Oh, jeez. There's a reason why Tad Larkin's the only one in Manda-LORE's only library. Well, half the Mandalorians don't know how to read.
Oh, good God.
I don't know if that's an actual fact, but
I don't know either. I hope that they know how to read the safety warning on their thermal detonators. That's all I'm saying. Oh my good gosh. Anyways.
Anywho.
Your show, your topics. Please continue.
I think we're just gonna talk for like 15 more minutes, and then I need to go because Caitlin's getting home soon, and I have to go run errands because that's what boyfriends do.
Caitlin, who is this character we have not yet heard of on Tad Larkin's Tad Show?
This is out of character.
You never step out of character.
Only when I'm doing lore videos do I never step out of character. Except for the one I did about Princess Leia, because that was around the time Carrie Fisher passed away.
Yeah.
Which sucks. Like a lot.
According to Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher could not keep any secrets whatsoever.
Yeah, I saw that. Did you see his Harrison Ford impression?
Yeah, on the Graham Norton show.
It was fantastic.
It was really good. But I just like that whole little spiel about how him and
like that.
him and Harrison Ford joking around that if they wanted to disseminate information, they just told Carrie and then tell her that it was a secret. Oh. I don't fucking sound like that kid.
Karen Cronenberg, Mark Hamill is the best. I love how he's low-key denouncing Disney Star Wars. And then, like, even in his quote-unquote apology tweet, he hid subtle, like, you know, hints in there. Like, hey, I don't actually mean the shit I'm saying. I still stand by what I said, but I'm saying this because the mouse is making me.
Oh, is that Mark Hamill?
Yeah. Well, he said, his choice of words, he said, I am humbled, instead of, like, you know, just being like, oh, I'm sorry for what I said, I'm completely wrong. He was like, I'm humbled, which, if you look up what humbled means, it's, like, humiliated, debased, you know? He's basically saying Disney, he doesn't agree.
A lawyer told me to say this.
Yeah. But you know, it's funny.
Yeah, it is. It is indeed. How long have you been streaming for, by the way?
I don't know. I've been on and off, and the stream's been in and out. I can check YouTube. 2 hours, 9 minutes, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13... Okay, you get the idea. Seconds.
Okay.
It's funny. I'm being funny. Laugh at my jokes! From this point on, any Manda-LORE stream is going to be accompanied by a laugh track that I'll just play whenever.
We'll just record me doing like 20 different laughs. And then we'll just put those all together and make that into your laugh track.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
When do these round tables happen?
Whenever we feel like doing them. We try to do one once a month.
Once a month? Oh my god, once a month.
Once a month. You know, I recorded an episode today of Manda-LORE, and I've been streaming for 2 hours, and my mouth is pretty dry, so fuck you.
And I have a lisp.
I don't have a lisp. I don't have a lisp. Yeah.
Once a day.
Once a day what?
That's just what Kyrian said.
Once a day, Kyrian, once a day. Are they still arguing about TCW and Lockjaw? Yeah, they're still arguing with Lockjaw. I'll come back to the chat when there's something interesting going on. Key in the...
You hear that, audience of Manda-LORE?
Laugh track.
Your news finds you not interesting.
I would hardly say I'm amused.
Meh.
Meh. Any hoozles.
I agree with CT301 Lego Builder 3190, the elite.
I've just been calling him Lego Builder because it's such a fucking long name.
And his sentiment, or her sentiment, I think we should be looking for things from canon to incorporate into Legends, not the other way around.
I think it's...
I agree.
What do you mean things from canon to incorporate into Well, doesn't Fantasy Flight already kind of do that with their RPGs?
Kinda, maybe? I don't know. All I was saying was that it would be interesting to see some of it come in there. For example, if you had seen Rogue One, you would have known that despite there being some really weird glaring issues like the spacey force crystals that they use, there was some genuinely interesting good content that they added in, like the whole thing with Space Baghdad.
Space Baghdad.
That's what it is. It's Space Baghdad. But just the whole concept of this guy who designed this thing, but didn't want to. You know, the Death Star. He didn't want to design the thing. He was forced into it. He knew someone else would do it, so he decided, I am going to incorporate a flaw that no one will be able to find, and then find a way to get that out to someone that can do something about it. That makes sense to me, considering that we've all made the argument of what a glaring critical error and Deus Ex Machina plot device the whole exhaust port thing has been. So I liked that aspect. I can say that I did like that aspect of new canon. But at the end of the day, Kyle Katarn still stole the Death Star plans. I'm sorry.
Hello? Hello? Matt, can you hear me? Matt, can you hear me? Well, shit. Anyways, so my cat knocked out my freaking USB mic, so I lost Zach. Not Zach, I lost Matt. He's still on Skype trying to talk to me. I can't hear him. But, so yeah, I think this would be a good point to end the stream, seeing that I need to go home. Not go home. I need to go run errands soon as my girlfriend gets home. I'll probably be doing more of these streams at some point in the future. And, so yeah, thank you guys for joining me for this stream experiment, and I hope you guys had fun. Alright, so I'll see you guys.